Have you ever wondered why some people seem to attract success, while others struggle to make ends meet? Imagine if the key to unlocking this mystery lies within something as intangible as your attention. Yes, that's right, your attention. Our mind, like a spotlight, illuminates what we focus on, shaping our experiences and ultimately our reality. Consider this. If you incessantly focus on what you lack, whether it be money, love, or success, you inadvertently create a reality of scarcity. It's like being stuck in a negative feedback loop, each cycle reinforcing the lack and the struggle. On the contrary, when you shift your attention to what you have, appreciating the abundance around you, you start to experience a reality of plenty. This isn't just philosophical mumbo-jumbo, it's a powerful principle that influences every aspect of your life. In essence, you become what you give your attention to. Let me share with you a tale of two friends, Jake and Tom, who had different focuses in life. Jake was the kind of person who constantly found himself tangled in a web of problems. He had a knack for zeroing in on the difficulties and struggles that life threw at him. His attention was so finely tuned to the negatives that he often overlooked the positives. Tom, on the other hand, was wired differently. He chose to focus on his goals and the opportunities that came his way, no matter how small. His attention gravitated towards the good, the possible, and the hopeful. As time passed, Jake's life began to reflect his focus. His problems seemed to multiply, his struggles grew more intense, and his outlook on life more pessimistic. He was like a magnet, attracting more of what he paid attention to, the negatives. Meanwhile, Tom's life took a different trajectory. His unwavering focus on his goals led him to seize opportunities that Jake often missed. His optimism attracted positivity, opened doors of possibilities, and drew success towards him. It's not that Tom never faced problems or that Jake never had opportunities. They both did. But their lives were shaped by what they gave their attention to. Jake's focus on his problems made them seem bigger and more insurmountable. On the other hand, Tom's attention to his goals and the positives made them more attainable, and he found joy in the journey towards them. Their lives took different paths, not because of their circumstances, but because of where they chose to direct their attention. You might be thinking, is there any scientific basis to this idea? Well, let's dive into it. The science behind attention is fascinating and complex, with multiple theories and studies supporting the concept that we indeed become what we give our attention to. One of the key players in the game is the reticular activating system, or RAS. This is a bundle of nerves at our brainstem that filters out unnecessary information so the important stuff gets through. The RAS is like a bouncer at a nightclub, letting in only the VIP thoughts. It's influenced by what we're focused on at any given moment. If we're constantly thinking about dogs, for instance, we're more likely to spot them everywhere. That's the RAS at work. It makes us notice things we're focused on and helps us ignore the things that aren't on our radar, but there's more. Our brain isn't just a passive receiver of information, it's an active processor that constantly shapes and reshapes itself in response to our experiences and the direction of our attention. This is due to a phenomenon called neuroplasticity. Neuroplasticity allows our brain to change and adapt as a result of our thoughts, behaviors, and environment. Think of your brain as a dynamic, connected power grid. There are billions of pathways or roads lighting up every time you think, feel, or do something. Some of these roads are well-traveled. These are our habits, our established ways of thinking, feeling, and doing. Every time we think in a certain way, practice a particular task, or feel a specific emotion, we strengthen this road. It becomes easier for our brain to travel this pathway. So, if we're constantly focusing on negative thoughts, our brain will get better at producing and recognizing negative patterns. Conversely, if we repeatedly direct our attention towards positive thoughts and actions, we strengthen those pathways, making it easier for our brain to travel in a positive direction. Science has shown us that our brain literally changes based on what we consistently pay attention to. Now, understanding this concept is one thing, but how can we practically apply this in our daily lives? To harness the power of our attention, we need to take a few simple, yet effective steps. First off, setting clear goals is paramount. It's like setting a destination in your mental GPS. When you know where you're heading, your attention naturally gravitates towards activities and thoughts that align with your goals. So take some time to define what you want to achieve. Write it down, make it tangible. And remember, it's not set in stone. As you grow and evolve, so will your goals. Secondly, the practice of mindfulness. It's not just a buzzword, it's a tool that can help you stay focused on the present moment. When we're mindful, we're actively engaging with our surroundings, our thoughts, and our feelings. We're not letting our minds wander off into the past or the future. We're here now. A simple way to cultivate mindfulness? Try focusing on your breath for a few minutes each day. Feel the air entering and leaving your body. Notice the rise and fall of your chest. It's a small exercise, but it can have a big impact. Thirdly, cultivate a positive mindset. Your attention tends to follow your mood. When you're feeling good, you're more likely to pay attention to positive things. When you're feeling down, your attention might drift towards the negative. So make it a habit to seek out positivity. Surround yourself with uplifting people. Engage in activities that bring you joy. Lastly, train your attention. Think of it as a muscle. The more you exercise it, the stronger it becomes. You can do this by setting aside specific moments in your day to focus on a single task. Start with short periods and gradually increase the time. This helps your attention span grow and strengthens your ability to concentrate. By consciously directing our attention, we can shape our experiences and ultimately our lives. To wrap it up, we've explored the power of attention, the tale of two friends, the science behind attention, and practical steps to control it. Let's start focusing on where we're placing our attention. Remember, you have the power to shape your reality. So where will you direct your attention today?